third part of this presentation is filial generation. Filial from the Latin word filis meaning son. Filial is the plural word while filis is the singular word. Any generation resulting from a genetically controlled mating that is successive to the parental generation. Filial generation is resulting from the parental generation when they are genetically mating with each other. The filial generation is represented by F. The filial generation are organized in a sequence of matings after parental generation. P is F1 and F2 generation. F1 is the first filial generation and F2 is the second filial generation. For example, here we take the example of pea plant color, purple and white color. When they are crossed with each other, they are true breeding with each other. Parental generation is transferred into the first filial generation. That the result of purple color flower, and then it's another transfer into the second generation filial generation, and their ratio is 3:1 phenotypically, while their genotypically ratio is 1:2:1. Inherited characters. Inherited characters are those traits that are passed down from parents to their offsprings. वो characters या वो traits जो हमारे parents से individual तक या offsprings में transfer होते हैं. Main first generation जो from parental generation to the next generation जो characters transfer होते हैं वो inherited traits और characters होते हैं. For example, eye colors, hair color, skin color, facial shape, height, dimple, freckles, etc. are all the examples of inherited traits. Gene. A gene is the basic physical and functional unit of heredity. Genes are made up of DNA. Each cell in a human body contains about 25,000 to 35,000 genes. Genes carry the information that determines your traits that are passed or inherited onto you from your parents. Genes are represented by symbols, short letters or numbers. For example, CFTR. A gene on chromosome 7 that has been associated with cystic fibrosis is called the cystic fibrosis transmembrane conductive regular, and this is represented by the symbols of capital letters CFTR. Each person has 2 copies of each gene, one inherited from each parent. For example, here both parents have brown eyes, then the result is their child eyes become 75% chances of brown eyes, 18% chances of green eyes, and the 6.25% chances of blue eyes, and so on. Alleles are different forms of the same genes, or we can say alleles are the variation of genes. Alleles are different versions of a single characteristics. Alleles are the forms of same gene with small differences in their sequences of DNA bases. These small differences contribute to each person's unique physical characters. When the copies of a gene differ from each other, they are known as alleles. Only 2 alleles are present at the gene locus in any individual. Alleles may occur in a pair or multiple alleles affecting the expression phenotype by a particular trait. Here we have 2 types of allele: dominant allele and recessive allele. Dominant allele that appear to mask or hide other traits, while recessive alleles traits that can be hidden in one generation and then appear in the next generation. The dominant allele is represented by capital letter, and recessive allele is represented by lowercase letter. For example, here alleles for flower color in a pea plants are purple and white, for height tall and dwarf allele, for pea color yellow and green, and so on. Thanks for watching.